Okay. And it doesn't, you can't figure out why, because everybody's merged, and you're trying to, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe it's the mentality.
I think people don't know how to.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing today?
What do you think?
I think those are the coordinates.
Okay, excellent. All right. Okay. The only other piece of information.
Where it actually, I mean, I don't know how long it took for it to go on bottom, of course.
Right, right. Yeah, we can only guesstimate that.
Right.
But they'll plug in the current at the time and the wind conditions and all that.
Okay.
Manufacturer of the survival suits? Any idea?
Oh.
Survival suits will be using this way, Pierre.
Sure. For both?
The other one was a different manufacturer. I don't know if it was a different one, an older one, but I'm assuming they were both Stearns.
Thanks so
It's
much.
pretty common.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
So I'll expect a fax from you?
Yes.
And,
To him.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And we'll get that going. Do you have any questions at all? Do you want my number? Or,
no.
Do you have anything? Okay. All right, we're good. All right, thanks again.
Okay. No problem. Thank the survival suits.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Everyone else wants.
See you alive, Chris.
Huh? Yes, I know.
I didn't want to put the flag at half-mast this morning.
This isn't the one I wore, but it's the same exact thing.
Wow.
Well, you should be like doing endorsements for these things then.
Yeah, this is what we wear if we're in a situation like that. If I didn't have this, I would be dead now. It's very important to that people, have the right equipment. I can't say enough. I took a marine safety course up in New Bedford, and they teach you what to do in a situation like I was in, and it's definitely very important to have the right equipment. And this definitely saved my life.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
So can you, do you mind just tell me a little bit about, what your experience was, what happened, I guess,
Well, the boat hung up, which means the dredge that we were towing for sea scallops hung on the bottom, and when that happened, it pulled the stern down, and some waves were able to get on the boat and into the wheelhouse, and the water overcame us. At that point, we let go of the dredge, all the wire, and left it, and decided to start trying to get the boat dewatered and started steaming. We called the Coast Guard, let them know where our position was, and that we were heading towards, at first we were heading towards P-Town, but we had to turn around and we started heading southeast towards the canal because we had to, southwest towards the canal. It was the only direction we could head that we weren't taking on the most water, and because water was still coming over the stern even though we were in forward motion. And the Coast Guard let us know that they were dispatching a boat from the canal and also one from Provincetown, and that they should be intercepting us, and that they had pumps to try to get the situation under control. And we never saw them. We ended up somewhere off of the canal when the boat's engine stopped, and as soon as the boat's engine stopped, my crewman, who had already had his survival suit on for about 40 minutes, I told him to get into his. I had him get in the water, and at that point I put mine on. I only had it about halfway on when the boat capsized, and I was able to get over the rail in time, and then he helped me get my suit on, and he did a great job of staying calm, and good seaman for an 18-year-old man.
So what were you thinking when you were out in the water? I mean, that must have been quite an experience.
Well, I was a lot colder than he was because he had been in his survival suit, on the boat for about 40 minutes. And when I got into mine, I was in the water, so it was obviously filled with cold water. So he was a little concerned about me shivering. But after a couple hours, the shivering went away, and I was able to, warm up a little. Still cold, but was able, not to be shivering and stuff. So, and then at one point around 6:30, we cracked our glow lights. And a copter went right over us. We thought we were rescued, but they didn't see us. So at that point, I was a little bit nervous, thinking, okay, we're in for it for the night, because I don't know if they'll come by this area again or not. And that was a little, made me a little nervous. But when we realized that we were, which I thought we would be, floating towards the canal, I realized that as long as we could make it there before it got too much rough. I mean, it was very rough, but I knew that the seas we were going to be building, as long as we could make it to shore, we'd be okay. And we, when the Coast Guard chopper finally did find us, they found us off the Sandwich Beaches where debris was floating up, and they found us just outside the surf line. So we were actually looking at people's houses, going, okay, we're 15 minutes or so, we'll be on land, And then the copter came and got us, and they took good care of us, fed us, clothed us, and checked us out, and they were very nice.
So it sounds like the survival suit's what made all the difference.
Yes, definitely. It definitely is. If we hadn't had this, originally the Coast Guard, when I had talked to them, they said, oh, we'll put a life jacket on. I explained to them that I had already put my crew member in a survival suit and that I had mine ready to go. And, they had originally thought we didn't have them, and so a lot of people were quite worried, because if you were just wearing a life preserver, I don't think we would have made it in the water for 6 hours. So.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's it. I'm just glad that the Coast Guard stayed looking for us, and that everyone's prayers, and it was just it was a bad situation that turned out okay.
I've had those on before, just in practicing. And did you keep your boots on, or did you?
No, I took my boots off.
Because I had a hell of a time.
Well, what they teach you in that class is to put plastic bags over.
Yeah, I did. I took it at Mass Maritime. It was kind of like a media training thing, and they